Hello friends, so today I have completed 6 years of my work experience and I am very glad and proud about it because since this corona phase has come, securing job and continuing with this force has been very tough, and I'm very lucky enough to be completing 5 years in my first organization which I left just last year. But the teachings, the learnings that I have taken from there has been immense, and I was lucky enough to work with the founder, the entrepreneur of that organization, and the kind of things that he taught me just as a leader, just as a manager, was so immense and so impactful that it has stayed on with me and has impacted my personality at my workplace. So I wanted to share the best 5 out of all of the learnings that he provided me. So I'll just start with it. The first one is the value of integrity that he inculcated in me. So every time he and I used to sit on a computer and search something, and whenever the list used to appear on Google, he used to tell me that please don't click on that link because it is an ad campaign from that company and it might incur charges to someone else. Now neither it was us nor it was our client, it was a completely third party we didn't know about, but still he was very aware about the charges that might incur to them if we will click on that link. So such things taught me a lot, that whenever you are dealing with anyone, either it's a manual interaction or a technical interaction, you should always take care that it does not harm anyone anyway, and this helps you build a very good value in yourself when you are working somewhere. Second point that he taught me was to be very transparent. So it happened one day, as it happens in an IT company, that the founder of the client's company said that I want to meet you all and I don't think that work is happening at all. So we went and we created a very detailed status report for 5 to 6 hours, and we wrote all the points that is pending from our end or pending from their end, and we got that we have implemented everything that was supposed to be completely actionable from us, whereas everything that is pending from our end is because something has to be given from his team to us, either as a prerequisite or data or something. And we were very happy that when we will open this report next morning, our client would get shocked, the whole team will get shocked. But my entrepreneur told me that we will send this mail tonight itself at 9 p.m. to the boss, to the founder of that company, and to the whole team. And I got very disappointed. I said, sir, but what if they go and fulfill all those commitments that they had to provide us, and by the time we reach tomorrow morning everything is completed and they show that we are only lacking. And he told me that this is not how you have to work. You should always be transparent. He said, let them do. No, that's okay. You can always tell them that you don't have any email or you don't have any kind of communication where these things have been provided to you. So that's all okay. He said, give them a chance. You should always give another party chance to prove themselves, and you should not play such hide and seek thing where you are hiding few things and only opening it on the day of the meeting and trying to win that. It helped me understand a very important factor, because now in every email I have this table, a chart where I show who's actionable and what's the due date, and I never keep it hidden. I keep it sending either weekly or daily. Third point that he taught me was to never look for validation or credit or acknowledgement or appreciation for your work. So what happened one day, that I got email from the client's team. Somehow it got marked to me, and I showed to my sir, see, they are getting praises for the application that we have built for them, and still they keep on complaining and saying that we are not doing good work. He told me, how did I get access of it? I explained to him that somehow they marked me, and he told me, but why are you so happy about this email? I said, sir, this shows that we are doing good work. He says, but otherwise, didn't you know that you are doing very good work? Didn't you know that you are putting hard efforts? I said, yes sir, I know that we are putting a lot of efforts into it. We are giving 100%, and the whole team is dedicated towards making this application live. He said, then why are you looking for appreciation from client? Suppose if he does not appreciate you, suppose if you would not have got this email ever, that means aren't you working good enough to do certain good things in the your workspace? And that taught me that if you know that you are giving your 100% and you are honest with your work, you should never look for credit, you should never look for validations, you should never look for appreciation. You should just keep on doing your work as you do. And that's what I think even Bhagavad Gita teaches us, that you keep on performing your karma and leave everything after that, because you don't have to get attached with the results, or even in the form, this is also a form of result where you are expecting some kind of appreciation or happiness coming towards you from your client or anyone that you are servicing. So yeah, that's was the third point that he taught me. Fourth is again very important point, where he taught me how to document everything. Now we know even in this work from home space, this has become very important, because anyone can make a video call or audio call to you on Teams or phone and tell you certain things, and you implement that in all good faith because he is talking to you. You feel that yeah, it's fine. And finally on the demo day, on the presentation day, when you present it, everyone, when someone points out who told you to do this, from where did this change occur or requirement come, and you tell him that this person called me, the person completely denies and you don't have any record of that. So now it's very easy, you can always record a conversation, or every time you get such ad hoc requirement on call or things which are not in documented form in email, you can ask your client or anyone to email you the same, or if they don't have time, you can say okay, I'll email you all these points and you just provide me a confirmation. Only after that you pick up and do those things, otherwise you don't. Always have things in documentation, because this may harm you very badly in future in case you don't have things documented. So that is a very good thing which has saved me ample amount of time in the meetings that we had, and it is still saving me in my new organization because I have everything documented and approved by everyone. Last and the fifth point, which is again very important, is to always talk with data in hand. Never make generic statements. Now suppose if you say to your client that हमने आपको बहुत releases दिए, we have given you a lot of releases point, or your client makes a generic statement that you have given us nothing in the last 6 months. Now if you have data, you can always present it in front of the table and show to your client that see, we have given you 100 release points. Now your client does not have any option other than accepting it. But in case when you are preparing data, you find that okay, I was feeling that we have given 100 around points in the releases, but it is only 15-20, whereas all the releases are either bug fixes or for production issues or upgrading the same release points again and again because we kept on missing some minor changes every time. Then you realize that okay, things are bad at my end. It is a very big eye opener, after which you and your team can improve yourself and prepare yourself best by the time the next meeting is scheduled, either in the next month or say after half yearly. So this is very important, because you should always have data in hand when you are in meeting, because that gives your substance some kind of importance, because you are now not making generic statement, you are presenting the data and the person will have to accept it if it is rightly created. And that is why these days I'm talking about different kind of data, but that is why data analytics and data analysis things are so big, because now people represent their progress on graphs by taking all the data which is in the Excel format and present it, so no one has any kind of doubt about it. So these are the 5 things that he taught me, and I'm always obliged to him for this. I'm implementing all of them even today, and I'll keep implementing it. And now the company that I'm again working is an entrepreneur based organization itself, and I'm still lucky enough to be directly interacting with him, and I'm now also learning a lot of new points which I'll surely share with you in my next upcoming videos. So I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you want, you can congratulate to me for my 6 years of work experience. Thanks a lot.